Georgie and Mandy's first marriage prevents creating a young Sheldon franchise plot hole from happening just by changing one aspect of its storytelling. While George's death and Sheldon's move to California effectively resulted in the end of young Sheldon, Chuck Lorre and Bill Prady's TV universe lives on with another prequel series. This time, Georgie and Mandy spearhead the narrative as they navigate being parents to baby Cease. Born out of one of young Sheldon's best original plots, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage is being set up to be CBS' next premiere comedy. Considering how their story didn't come from The Big Bang Theory, Georgie and Mandy's first marriage has more creative room to craft its narrative in a way that works best for it. While young Sheldon was never known to have a high regard for preserving the established canon, the prequel proved that it wouldn't break continuity beyond repair. So, while there were calls for CBS to continue the Cooper family story in Texas, the writers decided to wrap it up, even during a shortened season. With Sheldon in California and Georgie busy with his own growing family, there were concerns over Missy's future in the franchise. When initially asked about why she wasn't going to be in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, Reagan Revord simply said that she wasn't invited. Eventually, it was revealed that she would return in episode 2. But while that was a welcome change, it wasn't nearly enough to satiate those who wanted to know more about her. Missy was barely in The Big Bang Theory, but she found a way to make an impression with her wit and charm. Sadly, young Sheldon failed to capitalize on Missy's appeal, and it seemed like a wasted opportunity to not feature her more frequently in the follow-up series. After a while, however, Lorre and his team may have realized the error of their ways and corrected them by expanding Missy's role in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage to being a recurring guest star. According to the preliminary information about her role in the show, Georgie will be tasked to keep an eye on his sister, who continues her rebellious ways after the unexpected death of George in Young Sheldon Season 7. This plot checks out with the established The Big Bang Theory canon. During Georgie's emotional confrontation with Sheldon in Season 11, he revealed that he had to take care of the family after their dad died because Mary was too grief-stricken to function and Missy was being a dumb teenager. It's almost impossible for Georgie and Mandy's first marriage to stay true to that narrative without Missy's regular involvement. As previously mentioned, both The Big Bang Theory and Young Sheldon failed to fully take advantage of Missy's character. Ideally, she would be a series regular in Georgie and Mandy's first marriage, but an expanded role is better than her earlier setup. In any case, it was always odd that CBS didn't want to include her in the new show from the get-go. Aside from the narrative implications of her appearance, there are also a few other benefits to seeing her again. For starters, Missy has so many stories left to tell. Including her can diversify Georgie and Mandy's first marriage storytelling. Secondly, having a prominent Cooper in the show can somehow make up for the sting of canceling Young Sheldon despite its continued popularity. Before the announcement of the new series, there were calls for the old show to simply be rebranded as The Coopers. Finally, Georgie and Missy's relationship was one of the best in Young Sheldon, but it barely explored their dynamic, especially towards the end of its run. Georgie and Mandy's first marriage can make up for that.